Welcome to episode 4 of my Stitch Diaries. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you if you're coming back from previous weeks. But anyway, I'm going to send you over to my video now. Basically, it's just my crafting antics from this week, and there's a little bit of footage out and about in the middle, and then it comes to an end. So I'll meet you at the end. Bye. Welcome back. It is now Tuesday, the 23rd of November. So we're getting very close to December now, aren't we? So a lot of preparation is underway. We've been up in the loft and we've got a few boxes down with Christmas decorations. We haven't got anything out yet. My husband is planning on getting an artificial Christmas tree down from the loft to put down in the garden room, and I think we're probably going to have a real tree up in the house. Like, I don't know how, obviously different people that watch my channel have been viewing my channel, you know, some longer than others, and our home situation is this. This used to be a living room, but we gave it up to be a craft room because we wasn't really using it all that much. Just the age of the children, we had a playroom, we had other things going on. But obviously, as time goes on, things change. So this is now the craft room. It used to be a living room, but we've got a conservatory that's quite large that comes off the kitchen basically, so we kind of had it a bit of a living kind of kitchen area. However, we've kind of outgrew that space, and especially in lockdown it ended up getting filled up, and because we plan to extend, we're not going to be knocking the conservatory down. Things that we kept in the utility, which used to be an old bit of the kitchen when we moved in, that they'd extended, we've got a lot of that stuff in the conservatory because we've got to basically knock a part of the house down. So we're not in a real good shape really in the house at the moment. So, but we've got the garden room, which is basically, it's like a bungalow basically, and it's heated and it looks like a house basically. So we can all sit, we've got a settee down there, so we can all sit and watch TV together and everything. So we're probably going to do a lot of the decorating in there, and then we haven't really got a great space to have a lovely grand Christmas tree in the house at the moment with everything that's going on. We've got like piles of bricks outside and things, yes. So what we'll probably do is have a real small Christmas tree in the hallway, so, and then put a few decorations up in the hall, the porch, and basically the garden room. That's going to be the bulk of the decorations. And I've got like a small dresser in the kitchen dash conservatory that I tend to decorate and things. So yeah, that's how it's going to be. Obviously it's not an ideal situation, but it's just the way it is at the moment. So anyway, what I've been up to since I last sat in front of the camera. Well, this morning I have fixed this cushion, the cushion that I originally made for my husband, but it's in one of my son's bedrooms now, and it had just come away. So I've sewed it up, mainly the repair on the machine, but where it was very bulky when it was inside out because of the binding I've put on here, and there's wadding in this binding, I had to just do a bit of a ladder stitch by hand just to I think it was this side, to just basically seal it up. But yeah, it's all good. So that was back on in my son's room. But yeah, you probably think, why does your boy want this? But do you know what, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, you know, the things that they like. They don't, children these days are less stereotypical, if you know what I'm saying, with what's like masculine and what's feminine, you know. This just the way the world is changing anyway. And in all honesty, I didn't push any particularly gender things on my children. I let them play with whatever they wanted to play. You know, if they wanted to run around with a doll's pushchair with a doll in, I'd let them, do you know what I'm saying? So, but as they got older, they did start gravitating to more towards toys that were aimed at males. Anyway, onto the craft now. So I've sat in front of the sewing machine and done that. I had to change a bobbin and everything, got my white threading and everything. I've had something turn up that somebody was selling. So basically, this is a full kit to make. I think he's called Robbie, and I think his name is. I might be wrong. And it's a tough pattern, and this is a kit to make him. It's quite a long-legged robin, but I think that's the style of them, because this is the flamingo. Oh gosh, hang on. Somebody's at the door. My husband might get it. Just see. I can't hear anything. Hang on, I'll have to get it. Right, I'm back. Yeah, my husband must be taking stuff down to the garden room. It was my next door neighbour. Said, have you got a parcel for me? But it was a parcel for his daughter. So anyway, so basically, I've managed to get this much cheaper than if you bought it brand new, because I don't know if it was an unwanted gift or they just changed their mind, I don't know, but yes, but they didn't want it and I did, so I've managed to get it at a reduced price. So yeah, this is what I was saying, the flamingo. So they're quite long-legged. I don't know if this is quite as long-legged as the flamingo. You wouldn't expect it to, would you? So yeah, so there's something nice for Christmas. Might even make a little Santa hat. The only thing I'd say is the yarn in it, I've only can see it through here, it looks quite orangey looking, and I think I'd want it a bit more rosy red. So if I don't know if I'll end up using that yarn for this. I don't know, maybe I'll try and see if I can get some red, or if I've got some Toft red, you know, we'll just see. But I'm not going to be doing that just yet. Like, that might not even end up happening this year, because if you've been watching my videos, you'll have seen kind of the things that I've got going on in the way of knitting and things. So yeah, it just depends. Maybe this will be a little treat for me to look forward to. But I have, remember I said I'd ordered, did you see, actually I said to you something fell in my basket in a previous video. Well, it turned up. It's come all the way from Germany, right, and it's turned up. So that's a little thing to be doing for Christmas as well. But I've got lots of other things going on. Now, in my last video, you'll have seen my Terry's chocolate orange Christmas pudding knitted cover. Well, basically, I've got more of them to make. So I'm not going to obviously bore you with progress of those. But obviously, maybe when I've knitted all of the Terry's chocolate orange covers, whether I'll do all Christmas puddings yet, I don't know. I might do some of the others, I'm not sure. But when I've done all of those, I'll just bring them all to you. And so here you go. So obviously, I've got all that knitting to do first. And I'm knitting my socks. So now you've seen, oh gosh, I'm stuck on something. Oh, here we go. I'm stuck on something then. Right. Hang on. I'm tangled. I might have to cut a bit out here. Right, here we go. Now, I think you've seen this far. This is the front of my sock. I'm using that so I know which is the start and the end of a round. And obviously the heel and everything. Obviously this will look a lot better when I've put it on a sock blocker and I can show you. Well, I've done this rib here, but then you change to something else, don't you? So I'd bought that, but you need to basically, it's that cider alpine, but you use 10mm needles, so it wasn't going to be any good. It looks nice, doesn't it, but it's just not going to be any good. So maybe I could have adapted it, I don't know, but I just thought, oh no, I've knitted all this sock, I don't want to take the risk. So while I've ordered something else, as I told you in my last video, but I thought what I'll do is I'll cast on the other sock, because I remember me saying I've got some new needles, and basically I ordered some needles to replace my broken needles, but then I found a pair of needles. So these are the ones that I got to replace. These are Knit Pro Zing, I think. Right. I I can see that there's motion at the front door. I think it's my husband. Yeah, these are Knit Pro metal. And that's what I've tried. I haven't tried knitting with them yet. I've just literally put the socks on there to continue with the furry bit, right? But you know those ones I found? They weren't an expensive looking one. That packet I showed you, I can't remember what brand they were now. Now I can't find the packet. I did show it in my previous video anyway, so I'll see if you can see the brand. I'll see if I can see the brand on there. Wow, I've cast on the next sock, so I've got a toe, so I've done all the toe. It's basically a bit like a beanie hat style. Do you know that other sock that I was knitting that come out the wrong size that I undone? That was kind of like you did all your increasing on the sides. This is kind of increasing a bit like you would a hat at regular intervals, and the designer calls it a beanie toe, and the designer is Sweet So Violet. And she calls these a beanie toe, and she calls the heel a godette heel. I don't know what a godette heel is, but all I can tell you is this is a knit toe up pattern, and you don't like some socks you knit a flap, then you pick up stitches. You don't with this, you basically do it as you go. And you know those socks that I ended up undoing, those were the same, but that was a cuff down, and you do shaping. You don't do a flap and then pick up stitches on that either. But I am familiar with that technique where you knit or crochet a flap and pick up stitches, because I've made many Christmas stockings knitted and crochet in the past, but I've never knitted a pair of socks to wear. I've only ever done stockings, so these will be my first wearable socks, but if I get them complete, that is. But these are going to be house socks because they're made in double knit, so that's not something that you'd put in your sock kind of thing. So that is my progress so far with the socks. But why I'm showing you that now is because I've had something turn up. Ta-da! It's just literally came, and this is it. I've got 2 balls. I don't know if I'll need 2, but I think I was going on the air of caution. Now, I remember this is double knitting, and it's a DK, and I know it's polyester. It's not wool, but it's side-ar snuggly, and it's called Snowflake. So it sounds perfect, doesn't it? And yeah, so that's what's going to be on the top of my sock. So what I suspect I'm going to do now is leave the other sock that I've started and work the top of the other sock. So I've got one complete. So that's exciting, isn't it? So I'm really happy about that. And I've tried to replace my Rico Arumi cottons for my mice, and I've ordered 2. Now, I thought they were going to be those little tiny balls that you get from Hobbycraft, but look at them. And it's not what I was expecting. They're a lot bigger than I thought. I'd only needed one, but great. Red Christmas. You can't go wrong, can you? So, yes, so I'll be able to do... Well, will I be able to do Santa Mouse? Well, what hasn't turned up yet is the grey to finish the Christmas Carol mouse. But the Santa Mouse isn't in that mouse grey, it's another colour, so I'll see if I've got enough of that colour to do the Santa Mouse. So obviously I've got mice to continue with, sock to continue with, Terry's chocolate orange things to continue with. So what I'll probably do, I might be away from the camera for a while. Obviously it won't feel like that to you, because when obviously I end up finished filming this bit, you'll basically see the next bit. But for me, I'm going to have to go away and do a hell of a lot of knitting before I come back to you, you know, so I might be gone for a few days, right? And also what I've got to do is I've really got to clear this table, because I've got to sort Christmas calendar things out, and I need this table. So yeah, so I might have to do all my filming down in the garden room going forward. So if I come back at any point and I'm not in here, you'll understand why. Right, so this is the thing I've ordered from Germany. Right, now what it is, it's a designer that I'm familiar with. I have crocheted some of her things before, and I can see one of them up there now. Do you know what I'll do? I'll share some photographs. I've made the Venus flytrap purse. It's crochet, and if I can find a photograph, I'll put that on the screen. And I've also made, it's basically a caterpillar. It's from her book. I'll put a picture of the book. I can't remember what it's called. And I've made the caterpillar, but then you make the wings and she can be a butterfly, but you can transfer her back from butterfly to caterpillar. And I actually started to make the cocoon, the chrysalis crochet, and that's half finished in my wardrobe for some reason. I don't know why I didn't carry on with that. I don't think I was planning on making it, but I think somebody asked me a question about it, how you make it, so I think I attempted making it so I could tell her, but I didn't really want to make it. I had no intention to. I think that's what happened. But anyway, what I'm trying to say to you, the thing I've ordered is to make 3 little Christmas things. It's a kit that's come directly from designer, and what she said is between this date and this date, anyone that orders a kit gets a free gift. Now, I'm so delighted with the thing I can see first, because it says, "Thank you, Claire," and it's got these lovely, lovely little characters on. So I feel so happy. Now look, those are her designs. I've never made one of those designs, but they're gorgeous. They're like, how can I describe them? They're little people dressed up as animals. That's my probably best description. It's like they've got animal outfits on, but they're people. So I don't know how she describes them. And it basically, this card, it says, just thanking me for my purchase, basically. And the designer is the Layla, I think that's how you pronounce it. So, and it's got this. So I'll just open it up and I'll show you the contents. I might not show you what I plan to make. I might just make them and then show you as a surprise, right? Oh, how wonderful. Right, this is really good, actually. This is what I've actually made. I've made this lovely little creature, right? I've made that. Then I've made the wings, and basically the wings come off. They're on a band, and you slide it on and off, right? And that's the outer bit that I said to you that I've made some of it. I think I've nearly made all of it. I've not sewed it up, but I think I made it in a different colour. But like, I didn't intend on making it initially, but I was just trying to help somebody. But how lovely. I've now got a card with that make on it, and I've actually made it, so that's exciting. Something for my pin board. And there's a little like cupcake person, if that's what you call it, on this card. That's lovely, isn't it? And there's basically a card here, and it's got these codes that you scan. So I don't know what I'll see if I scan those, but I'll try it. And there's a little, I'd say, it looks like a tea bag, but I don't know what kind of tea. I really hope, I'll have to translate this, I hope this is a fruit tea, because I don't drink regular tea. If it's a fruit tea, then how exciting for me. Anyway, if not, I've got tea drinkers in the house. It comes with toy filling. This is something I ordered as an extra. It doesn't come in this kit, but it's a row counter that you put on your finger. So I thought this would be really good for knitting and crochet, because I'm a knitting needle. I have got a row counter that you slide on the end of your needle that I use, and I use tallies. I use notebooks and tallies. Like, I don't know whereabouts you wear this on your finger. If you Maybe you wear it down here. I don't know. Hang on. Bear with me. Right. I think I've got that upside down, actually. I probably should turn it round. Right, there we go. So you wear it like a ring on your finger. And when you finish a row, I think you press the button. So that's really good, isn't it? So I could have put this in my advent calendar, couldn't I? That would have been a really good thing. And actually, I've had 3 little things that I've ordered from Olive Knitting. Is it Olive Knitting? Oh, Under the Olive Tree Knits. 3 little things, and I can't quite remember. I've got an idea what I ordered, but they've come wrapped up in little tissue paper. So basically, I've put them over there. I'm going to put them in my advent calendar, so it'll kind of surprise me. But yeah, but that's great, isn't it? So that was an added thing. I thought, I'm ordering this all the way from Germany. I thought, while I'm on this designer's website, is there something I really want that, you know, I might not be able to get anywhere else? And I've never seen those before. And I'm not sure what is classed as the free gift. Maybe it's the little cards and things, but there's this in there, and it's got 10 years. Oh, that's it, because the design has been going 10 years. 10 years, Lally Layla pencil. And look at it. It looks like a rainbow. So let me have a look, actually, what it draws. See if I can find something I don't mind ruining. Oh, so it is a regular pencil, but it's got like a rainbow wooden bit inside. That's lovely, isn't it? So that's a lovely thing to have. So maybe that's the free gift. And basically my kit, wow, by the looks of it, I've got to download the pattern. I don't think the pattern is printed, but basically it's come with a little gift tag that says Christmas, and it comes in this little bag, and it's got sheepies, Katona. I think this is 4-ply from what I remember. It doesn't actually say, but I think it's 4-ply. A smaller one, sheepies, Katona. A cream. It says yarns and colours must have minis. So that cute little yellow one. That. A bell. The pink. And I'm guessing these are little tiny eyes. So basically, well, if I wanted to show you what I was going to make, I couldn't do anyway because the pattern isn't in here. So I am going to go delving now through desperately delving through my emails in the hope I can find the patterns. Like, obviously, I'm not going to worry too much at the moment because I'm not planning on making this yet anyway. I've got a lot of other knitting and things to do. Not unless all my family eat the chocolate oranges, because they have had their eyes on them already. My eldest actually like, please, Mama. He says, he's 18. Please, Mama, chocolate non-inge, he says. Because we used, what it is when it was little, he used to call it an orange non-inge. Say chocolate non-inge. They say no, Cameron, not yet. I've got these are for Christmas. But we've bought them. We've never done Christmas Eve boxes. We've always done, like, you know, Christmas stockings. But we've picked up some boxes that say Christmas Eve boxes from Hobbycraft. What was it, yesterday or the day before? There was an offer if you bought 2, and we've got 3 children, so we bought 4. So my husband and I said we're going to share one, and they've got one each. So in an ideal world, I'd love to have made them all pyjamas, but you know what? It's just not going to be possible. Getting the fabrics, making them, do you know what I'm saying? I just can't, with this table being in use and everything. I just couldn't do it at the moment. So yeah, we've ordered them all a new pair of pyjamas. We haven't ordered anything for ourselves, so those are good. Hopefully they'll take a good bit of room in these boxes, and I might put their chocolate orange in there with their covers on it, if I get them done in time anyway. So anyway, I'm going to leave you there. So unless, you know, something turns up or something happens, yeah, I'll film if there's something I think of importance to you. But yeah, I'm going to just be busy away in the evening now, knitting like a crazy lady. So yeah, and sorting out advent calendars, and maybe when I do a bit of Christmas, get my Christmas decorations out, maybe I'll film a bit of that, maybe for Vlogmas or something. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me so far, and I will see you in the next bit. Bye. Welcome back. Now, I said to you I will come back if I finish something or something turns up. Now, I have finished one sock last night, but I haven't got it in the room with me. It's upstairs, so I'll leave that to a later bit of the video. But I have had some posts come through the door, and I was just about to open them, and I looked at all the names of the companies, and I thought, you know what, I'll just open them on camera for you. So, do you remember me saying to you I'd ordered the grey yarn to finish making the grey mouse, the Christmas Carol mouse, and it was a company called Zarela, Zarela. Well, it has arrived. So yeah, so it always is a bit worrying when you order something and you don't know the company. So let's see how well I've done. So looking at that, I think it's the same colour as the mouse. I'll match it up in a moment, because it's all upstairs, the little mice. So I'll see how well I've done. If it's not the same colour, I'm going to be pretty gutted, because in all honesty, the best thing to do is, when you have yarn, when you start using one, make a hole in the ball band, cut off a little piece of yarn and thread it through, so you always know that's the colour. I've kept all the ball bands, but I just didn't put any of the colours on them, unfortunately. So yeah, I'll go and have a look this evening and see if it matches. Right, so that's great. And so that was from Zarela. Right, I don't know where they are exactly. Oh, Burton-on-Trent they are. I don't know if it's a physical shop you can go in. What I've done is I've cut all these open with the scissors, so they're easy to open while I'm filming. So this is from Sopro Crafts. I don't know what it is. They've given me a code to get 10% off my next order, and it's some knitting needles. They're 2.25 circular needles. Do you know what I was saying to you? I was calling them cable needles. Cable needle, as I say, is a thing that you use for getting stitches off, so you can knit some other stitches and then pop them back on, so you can get the twists and things. And I kept on calling these cables, but these are circular. Apparently, I think you do call these cables, so you'd say this is a thick circular needle with a 80cm cable. That's how you'd say it, kind of thing. So yeah, I've had a go. I actually finished my sock with a pair of these, but a bigger pair, and I don't know if it was because that fluffy yarn I was using, but it was catching a tiny little bit. And those cheapo ones, I've started knitting the new sock on, and I've not had any problems. But whether it was because of that fluffy polyester stuff, I don't know. So maybe you can just be slightly unlucky that you've got a little bit that snagged, so we'll just see what happens. Right, now this is from Coast and Country Crafts, and I know that they are in Cornwall. It's not Coast and Country Crafts, it's Cowslip Workshops, and I think they're predominantly like a quilting kind of shop. Right, well, I've ordered a pattern from them and it's absolutely fabulous. Right, I didn't know there's two sizes of these, but I've admired this for a long time, but I didn't know where you got the pattern from. But it's basically to make a fabric Christmas tree. Hello. Sorry. It's all right, I'll be out in a moment, darling, okay? So yeah, it's to make a fabric Christmas tree, and there's 2 sizes. So I do like the idea of a red one, but if you've watched my previous videos, you'll know that I've been saving my Christmas reds for a long time, because I've done lots of stitcheries to do a Christmas quilt. So I've that's why I haven't been doing a lot of patchwork and things, because I've been trying to build them up for that. So maybe I should do the quilt before I do this, I don't know, but this is rather tempting, I have to say. Yeah, it does look rather... The designer is Jo Colwill, and it's an old pattern from 2014. So yeah, I've admired this for years. Mandy Shaw has made one, and yeah, it's just gorgeous. So yeah, I hope to make that. Maybe I'll just dip into my Christmas reds, because maybe I won't get that quilt done this year, you know. Maybe I won't, I don't know. So anyway, well, I've got some exciting news. I've just been out. I've got my Billy sweater dress on by Tilling the Buttons in that jersey with Lurex in it, and I've got that's what my Linden sweatshirt is made in a pink version as well. So basically, we've just got back. Well, we've picked our youngest up from school and middle son from college, but I dropped my eldest son. Well, my son drove and I was with him. Drove him to the test centre where he was having his driving test. So we hadn't heard from him, and we was thinking, oh gosh, we'd picked up the boys and thought, oh gosh, okay, where is he? So we started driving over to the test centre, and then we got a telephone call when we were nearly there saying he's passed his driving test. That, you know, he's done his theory, he passed that, and now he's passed his driving test. So we're so excited. We're excited for him. It's so amazing to be able to get up, get to college and get to work. So college days haven't been much of an issue because he just walks to the train station and gets the train. But work days are pretty pants, really. And Starbucks they've changed their opening hours, so they're going to be opening half an hour earlier and staying open half an hour later. And he always seems to get opening shifts and closing shifts. Sometimes he's literally on from opening till closing because he ends up covering shifts and things. So he has quite long days and really dodgy hours and things, and we're obviously been having to go with him and drive the car back, and it's always unfortunate because he sometimes when he's actually been there, we can't actually go to the shops that are there because the shops are closed. It's either too early or too late, you know. Every now and then I'm lucky enough to drop him. If he's on like an 11 o'clock start, I can basically nip into Hobbycraft while I'm there or something, you know. Maybe that's not a good thing really, is it, you know? You don't want to spend any money. But anyway, so thank you so much for joining me so far, and I'll be back. I don't think I've got anything else turning up. I don't think so, but yeah, I'll be back when I've got some things that I've made to show you. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next bit. Bye. Look who's passed his test. of like seeing the snow. We've been very lucky. We've had like snow all weekend and it still looks like a winter wonderland outside. Now, unfortunately, even though my son passed his driving test, we've still been taxi of mum and dad this week, like the end of the week, because his car insurance ended on the Friday and his car insurance didn't start back up again until today, because it was going to cost an extra £500 if we basically, if we'd have started it on the weekend, which seems a little bit crazy, doesn't it? So yeah, so we've still been running around. So that last bit of snow footage, it was at Starbucks and my son was walking over to the car, so you might have spotted that figure heading to the car. Anyway, so I've finished some things, and actually I've had something really exciting come through the post from a viewer in America, and I've not got it in the room. I must admit I've not actually looked at it myself yet, because I've got so excited and actually gave it to my youngest son to look at, so he's still got it in his bedroom at the moment, so I'm yet to look at it myself. But it's a crochet book to make Pokemon characters, and Megan, the lovely Megan, has sent this to me. Now Megan has got a YouTube channel of her own. I think she called it Megan Handmade. If I've got that wrong, I'll put the words up on the screen. And Megan mainly wow, I say I've known her for dressmaking, but I think she does quilting as well, actually. So yeah, so check her out. Anyway, so I will show you that book when I've got it to hand, but I'll need to look at it myself. So anyway, right, now you'll have seen my little sock journey I've been having recently, not just in this video, but in my previous Stitch Diaries videos. And I've managed to complete a pair of socks, which I'm really happy about, but I think this is start of a beautiful adventure, because I think I will continue knitting more socks. But you have to basically find patterns that you're comfortable with, and I've been very comfortable with this pattern, and it is called the St Nick socks, and it's by Sweet So Violet. That's her, what she uses, but her name is Jules Hill is her actual name. And these are quite a new release, actually. They was only released in November. Now I've been knitting them. They're double knit weight, and I picked up this from Hobbycraft. Now I didn't notice this until I finished the socks. I've used two different balls, but look at them. They're not obviously the same dye lot. I don't know how well that shows on camera, but they don't look the same. That, like, to the eye, like in here, I can't really tell, but in the daylight I can really see this, that there's just more flecks in this one, and there's a slightly different shade of red. So my socks do look a little bit odd, but I'm absolutely delighted, because these are my first pair of socks. I've knitted stockings before, Christmas stockings. I've crocheted Christmas stockings. You might actually get to see some of those in this video during Vlogmas. I am going to be doing Vlogmas. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet, but I did Vlogmas last year and I'm going to do it this year. I might call it something different to Vlogmas, but yes, I will be doing it. So I'll be basically doing videos every single day, and I'll probably be posting them every single day if all goes to plan. So we'll just see how that goes, and if I ever miss a day, no doubt the next day might have 2 days worth of videos. We'll just see what happens. But anyway, here are my socks. I'm so happy. I've got them on sock blockers, but they're still a bit big. I haven't blocked them, by the way. They're on sock blockers, but they haven't been blocked. Here, can you see? They look a little bit different, the yarn. But do you know what? I'm still absolutely delighted with my first pair of socks. And I'm quite proud to say my first pair of socks is actually some Christmas socks. You know, I just absolutely love Christmas, and yeah, I've really enjoyed this pattern. Basically, they're a toe up pattern. There's no heel flap. You basically you have to do all the shaping in one piece, which I know can be a little bit scary. That sock that I knitted before that I didn't end up finishing, and I undone it, and I didn't do the second one or anything because I wasn't entirely sure about the pattern. That was exactly the same. You don't need a heel flap. you knitted from the cuff down with that one on double pointed needles. This was done on circular knitting. Now I've knitted a sock on double pointed needles. Like, obviously I didn't end up finishing that sock, so you know I don't really count that as my first socks because I didn't do a second one. I didn't finish the first one, but now I've done it on circular needles. I think I'm a circular needle girl when it comes to knitting socks. Now, I would consider doing cuff down patterns again, but I've really enjoyed doing toe up patterns. It's just a total different experience, but it's been an absolute joy knitting this, and I've loved using my snowflake stitch markers and things, so they've been really useful. And actually, do you know the wide ones that I was showing you in a previous video, they came in very useful with this, because when you're about to work the heel, the shape of the heel, you have to put a stitch marker in the middle of your stitches on the one needle, and it was wide enough you could loop it through and hook it onto the needle without taking stitches off. So I'm really glad I had a mixture of enclosures from Olive Tree Knitting, because that came in really useful. But I'm so delighted. I've been so excited. Like last night I just wanted to share these on social media, but I just thought, no, I'm not going to share them, because I like to share them on YouTube first, but I don't think I'm going to wait very long before I'm posting these online. So is there anything else I really need to say? The only thing, if you was considering knitting these socks, what I did find myself doing is, I've noticed this with a lot of with sock patterns I've been looking at, is that it says work, they tell you a few rows and they say work it now, continue working in this manner until you have this many stitches on your needle. I find it really useful to write out exactly what I need to be doing. So do you know when it says work in this manner, I'll write out what I should be doing and then I'll mark it off as I go, just so I know I'm not going to go wrong. Because I think if I just try to do it, work in this manner, and keep remembering how many I do on this row and how many on the next row, I think I'd just get lost. So I find where the pattern doesn't show you, then I just write them down. So yeah, I've really enjoyed that, and I'm definitely going to maybe do some more socks. I might do another toe up pattern. I have actually purchased another pattern from this designer, but it's using 4-ply. It's a toe up pattern. Whether I'm going to use the yarn I've got, I don't know, or purchase some, I don't know. But anyway, so this is a start of a knitting sock adventure for me, I think, but I'm not going to be doing any more this year because I've just got to concentrate on other things that are Christmas. So I'll just pop those aside. Now, what else do I want to show you? Now, I was going to tell you a bit more about this yarn. I have in other videos, but I haven't got the ball band. I couldn't find the ball band. Oh, and the knitting needles. I ended up using 3 different kind of circular needles, didn't I? Because I broke the first pair. And then I used the other ones. Though I wish I knew. I can't find the packet for those needles I knitted the second sock on. I think they're like someone gave those to me and they look pretty cheap, but I actually preferred those. So anyway, but I know what this yarn is because I didn't use the second ball, and I did show you in a previous video. It's the Sidar Snuggly Snowflake double knitting. Right, so anyway, so those are the socks, which I'm pretty excited about. Now, another thing I've been doing this week is I've finished the Christmas Carol mouse. So yeah, I've got him here. So he's now got legs, a tail, arms, and a book. I'm going to just place the book in his hands. Now, I've actually put wire in this mouse's arms, right? Just so he can support his book nicely. So I have attached the book with a little stitch here, but I haven't done it on this side. He's just got it on one side. But he looks lovely, doesn't he? And what I've actually done is there's no instructions for the book at all. So I just did an educated guess on what size piece of felt. I cut a piece of cardboard the same, and I've actually used my sewing machine to stitch a seam down the middle like that, and I've actually wrote a little Christmas carol inside, and it's the oh Christmas tree one. So I'm really delighted about that. So yeah, it's lovely. So he's the colour was right actually. He's the same colour as the little fairy mouse, and the skier mouse, he's a different colour. So there is a Santa mouse that I'll be able to do as well, but he's the same colour as the skier mouse. So yeah, the mice are all coming together nicely. So I have not shared those on social media either, but maybe if I get the Santa mouse done, I'll share them. If I don't end up getting the Santa mouse done this year, I'll probably share a photograph anyway, and then maybe get Santa done next year. We'll just see. So I've started crocheting something else. Do you know that package I had from Germany? I've actually started it. It was in the middle of the sock. I'd been knitting the sock quite a bit yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, it was Saturday. I was knitting it Saturday evening. Then my husband went to watch a bit of football. And then I was thinking, I'm just getting a little bit, I need a bit of a break from this sock. But then I thought I want to make the most this time. So I started crocheting one of the items with that kit from Germany. Then I put it down and went back to the sock, right? So I've got a nice little start of a crochet project on the go. So going forward with knitting now. Now I showed you this at the end of my last video, that I've knitted a chocolate orange cover and it's a Christmas pudding. I'm going to continue working on Terry's chocolate orange covers because obviously it's going to be December on Wednesday. It's actually Monday Monday the 29th of November today. So it's going to be December on the 1st. So I'm not going to be bringing you another Stitch Diaries video this month. I'm going to go straight into Vlogmas. So hopefully you'll see a video of me on Wednesday, and it'll be a very short video and hopefully daily videos leading up to Christmas. So you're probably going to see little bits and bobs of what I'm going to be doing, and then I'll get back to the Stitch Diaries after Vlogmas. I'll do like episode 5 of Stitch Diaries, but I'll just do this Vlogmas thing in between. So you're going to see little bits and bobs, but mainly what you're going to see on those days is just anything I get up to Christmassy, and which I don't know if it's going to be a lot really. I've already visited 2 garden centres and I don't know if I'm going to a Christmas market. My anxiety. I still haven't been to Christmas market. I've accidentally been in one, passing through one in London, which I told you before, but I've never actually gone to one. So yeah, we'll just see what happens. But I think the best thing for me would have been maybe going to a Christmas market in November, when it's a bit quieter. But obviously we're nearly December now, so it's a bit too late, isn't it? So anyway, what you're going to see is me opening advent calendars. Now I've put all my boys' advent calendars in their bedrooms, but the things I'd put inside them, I've took them out and I've got them in this tub. Right, I'll just get it. Now, I haven't got everything I need yet, but I've got loads of things I've been collecting from my husband's and my boys' advent calendars, and I'm just going to put stuff in them daily. I think if I fill them up, I think the temptation may get to my eldest. I don't think my husband, my middle son and my youngest would have the doors early, open the drawer, the pockets early. But I think my eldest would, right? So I'm just going to put things in on a daily basis for them. But I've got them in this plastic tub because we have had mice, haven't we, in the past? So yeah, I don't want to risk leaving chocolate around and then like chocolate and things getting eaten. I probably should put this Terry's chocolate orange in there as well, really, shouldn't I? So that's what's going on with their calendars. Now, what I'm doing with mine is do you remember me saying I'm doing my own calendar? Now, this is one I made last year, and this is one, it's all free motion embroidery, and I did it during the Poppy to Fry embroidery club. Now I was in Poppy's club again this year, and there were 6 projects weeks, and I only did a little bit of the first one. I didn't do them this time. I'm not saying I'll never do them, but I've just had so much other things going on. I think I was in the middle of Polly Dolly Doodah, wasn't I, when that was going on, and even I've put Polly aside with everything else that's been going on. So you're going to see what I've chose for myself, that these are things I've collected over the year, and some of them have come pre-wrapped anyway when I've ordered them from people, and some of them I've had to wrap myself, and I've put numbers on them. Now some of them are a bit too big to go in the pockets, so what I've done is I've made these little cards, so I know that day I've got to go in the box, right, and the box is here. This is my box. Now, this looks so Emma Bridgewater, doesn't it? With the hoo-ho on it. But this is from TK Maxx. Oh my goodness, I said it looks so Emma Bridgewater. It is Emma Bridgewater. So how right it was. I just thought TK Maxx had copied them, but they haven't, right? So that's a relief. I was saying to my husband, I better snap this box up quickly before TK Maxx have to take them off the shelves and they get sued for copying Emma Bridgewater, but they haven't copied her. It is Emma Bridgewater. Anyway, right, I've got all things in here that I've put numbers on. Basically, I've been using stamps and a little postage stamp punch to punch those out, and I've put them on there so I know to go in there. However, I'm about 5 short. I've wrote down there's a few days I've got nothing in there, so either I could put something edible out of this box in there, or if I find any other little knickknacks I like the look of that I don't mind waiting for, I might put them in there. Now what happened is, this was a plan that I started, you know, I've been doing this all year, but then I ended up caving, didn't I? Let me find it. Right, bear with me, I'll just stop this video a moment. Right, I'm back. Right, I had a problem and I couldn't find it. Right, I ended up caving, right, and I ordered this is a sewing calendar. It's the Crafty So-and-So sewing advent calendar, and it said let's count down to Christmas, and inside you'll find 24 wrapped haberdashery treats just for you. So I am going to be sharing the contents of these every day during Vlogmas, so you can see what I got. Apparently all the contents are in this letter, but obviously I haven't opened it because I don't want to ruin the surprise. Then what happened in the meantime, right, is I ended up winning one from Little Miss So-and-So, and I won a hemline one. I don't know how easily things can fall out. So I've got this one. So what a lucky girl I am. So I've got the Crafty So-and-So one to open every day. I'm going to have the hemline one. This isn't the first year hemline I've done an advent calendar, but it's my first time having it. I don't know if Crafty So-and-So have had an advent calendar before, but I've never had it, so it's a first for me. And obviously then I've got my own. Now some of the things I might be able to, because of the more recent things, I might be able to guess what it is in that one when I get to it from the shape and things. But some of them I think I haven't got a clue what this is. And some of them that I've had something from the same place, so I know kind of what it might be, but they're in a different place, so it's going to be quite exciting. So if I don't manage to get anything to put in the other doors for my own one, I will have things to share from the other days. So going forward in Vlogmas, this is what you're going to see. So look out for a video from me. It will either go up late on the 1st of December or it'll be the next day that it will go up, but I'll be filming basically daily of my opening my calendar and things. So I think that's all I've got to share with you at the moment. So I want to thank Megan again. Thank you so much for that book. I really appreciate it. My son is so excited. I'm going to have a good look through that book. So I hope you've really liked seeing my advent calendar, my plans going forward. I hope you've liked seeing my first knitted socks, and I hope you've liked seeing the Christmas Carol mouse. Finally the socks. I've had so much trouble, haven't I, with mice and socks and knitting needles and yarn running out, and it's just been one problem after another. So I'm hoping my crafting going forward is a little bit more plain sailing. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But I've definitely got to carry on doing these little Christmas pudding things, haven't I, if I do puddings again. So yeah, I really hope you've liked seeing what I've made this week, and I'll look forward to joining me in Vlogmas. So I'll see you either Wednesday or Thursday. Oh, actually no, before I go, I need to say something to you. Now, I have had some problems with people leaving comments on the videos, and very occasionally I get a notification, and when I click on it I can't find it in the comments, and that means then I can't reply to it. Now often I can read the comment because I get emailed the comment, but then I can't reply to you, and it's really, really annoying. So I'm really sorry if you've commented or you've left me links for things and I've not replied. I'm very sorry, but it's because I've not been able to. And so yeah, I think I had 2 on my last video from what I remember. So thing I recommend is, if you want to don't send me links. I think that can cause a problem. If you try and leave me a link in the comments to a web page or something, I think that's what is one of the major things that stops it from coming through. So maybe contact me, still message me and say that you want to contact me about something, you know, and then I will give you a way of contacting me, or word it in a way that it doesn't look like a web link or something. Do you know what I'm saying? To be a bit crafty, if you know what I'm saying. Because yeah, for some reason I don't know, but I don't understand. I get links left on my comments that's obviously spam. You know, it's trying to lead me to pornographic things, and those end up in the comments, right? But then people are just leaving me links to go to craft websites for craft items, and then YouTube stop them. So I don't quite understand how it works really up in the offices and how their system works. But yeah, I'm afraid that has been happening. So yeah, it's mainly if people leave me links. So yeah, if you want to leave me a link, let me know you want to leave me one, or try and word it in a way, you know, and check to see if the comment doesn't work. Maybe try again and then do it a different way again. So yeah, it's really awful, isn't it? But thank you so much anyway, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.